Welcome to The Eclectic Crafter, a place where we craft with purpose. Hello. Today we're going to begin with some vintage spools. And this will be our first thrifted crafting haul. And these wonderful little vintage spools, you can see I paid an individual price for them. And I don't mind doing so once in a while, because every so often I run across a really good buy, which I did that day. It was my first thrifting day after getting out of the hospital. I had to exercise my new hip, and I went to a thrift store, a Missions thrift store that I don't get to go through that often. It's in the next town over, so I only get to go there once a month. And I found these three wonderful bags. This large one was for $2.79. And as you could see, the two smaller ones were 79 cents each. I was absolutely thrilled. Now, in my crafting closet, I have these totes. And this is a tote of spools I've been putting together for a couple of months. And I'm way ahead of my plans. So this summer, I have some thrifted spool projects in mind. Some vintage crafts and some Christmas crafts for Christmas in July, and that will be fun. If you have any ideas to share with spools, please share those with me in the comments below. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I was so excited. I'm ahead of my schedule in collecting spools. I did move everything to a larger tote, so it looks like the game's on. The larger spools were really a surprise, and there are some old ones in there. I like touching them. It feels very successful. It was a great day. My husband couldn't figure out what I was so happy about. It's because I found some spools. It was wonderful. And this is just some tulle. In my craft closet, which I've shared on The Eclectic Thrifter, I have various totes, and each tote has a different supply in it, like tulle, such as the spools, flannel, felt, cotton, silk, laces, such as this one. Now, if they're in really condition like this, I will use them for personal use. And this was $1.50 on 50% off day. If they're damaged, I will repurpose them. And I do cut them up for junk journaling projects, which we'll be doing this summer. This is not a thrifted pattern. I purchased this on Amazon, but I'm sharing it with you because I purchased a king-size chenille vintage bedspread for $3, and I'm going to be making these little snugglies with it. And I'll share that project with you this summer also. Our main thrift today, and this is really part one of this particular weekly thrift, are these beads. Now, the majority of the beads are glass. There's only one or two packets that are plastic, but they were selected for color, not because of their materials that they were made out of. But each of those envelopes was either $1 or $1.50 after the 50% off. Those wonderful carnival glass beads, aren't they lovely? These are plastic, but I'll use those, and happily. Aren't those pretty? When my oldest son was deployed to the Middle East, he went on 2 deployments. I taught myself several new skills: quilting, crazy quilting, English paper piecing and quilting, silk ribbon embroidery, wool felting, just to keep myself busy and keep my mind off of his being deployed overseas. So I'm going to try and share what I've learned with you. When I saw these beads, it was on an early visit to the thrift store, and I thought, well, if they're there on 50% off day, I'll pick them up because I'm on a very tight budget, and so I generally only go there on 50% off day. But I happen to be visiting with my son, my second oldest son, who volunteers there when he's in town. See, that one was a higher price, but cut that price in half. He volunteers and prices their video games. because it's a missions thrift store, and that money goes for rehabilitation, the soup kitchen, and he wants to make sure that they get the value of these video games. And I happened to see these, and I thought, well, if they're there on Wednesday, I'll go back. Those are plastic. And they were there, as well as some other crafting supplies that I will share in another video. And it was quite a haul, actually. This is a vintage belt. It does not have a high resale value, but I thought if I don't sell it, I can use the little bangles on there. They look like miniature horse brasses when you look at them really close. But I thought, well, if I don't sell it, I can do something with it in the crafting world. And these two lovely glass beads I thought would make a lovely ornament. We'll do something special with those. They were lonely and sitting in the bottom of the basket after I had pillaged the basket for all the beads. This earring, funny enough, was sitting on a shelf in the dish room, of all places, at the thrift store. And I thought, oh look, carnival glass beads, little leaves. So they gave it to me for $1, and I accepted that price happily. And I will be using that in some crazy quilting, which I plan to share that with you also. This was $1. We'll make some wonderful beetles out of these. It will be a fun summer. I hope you'll share your time with me. The orange and green, I have a retro plan. The two together are very 30s colors, and so I have plans for those beads. And these little champagne bottles, we'll use those in a junk journaling project sometime this summer. I'll be getting that done soon. I feel well enough now that I can focus on the channels and on some handmaids. When you're hurting, it's hard to really accomplish anything. This wonderful little packet, it was a lot larger. I cut it down. I have no idea what its original intent was, but I made a bracelet out of it. I think I have to make it a little bit smaller. I'm not sure. And I'm going to use the leftovers in a Victorian project that I'll share with you. But I thought, that is silver. And I purchased that for $2. And I think it's going to make a lovely bracelet. As you can see, I love bracelets, brooches, and a ring now and again. I only have 4 rings, but these beautiful crystals were not thrifted. I'm just sharing them with you because you're going to see them soon in projects. And I just think they're lovely. I purchased them on Amazon, a package of 100. I cannot remember what I paid for them, but they're only about 1 inch long, and they're perfect for what I'm going to be doing with them. And this as well was an Amazon purchase. I purchased a box of 20, and I have some projects in mind. In combination with thrifted items, these crystals will be worked in. And there we are. What else did we do the Memorial Week? Oh, we did this. We went to Joann's. Now I had a 60% off coupon, and I originally went to Joann's to buy outdoor fabric. Because I'm on a very modest budget, I use coupons, but I ended up using my coupon for this little bag of wooden heads, and we're going to revisit this in the Christmas in July videos. And I couldn't use my coupon because my fabric was 60% off already. And so I will be recovering the lawn furniture seats with these, and it'll be very tropical, and that'll be fun. The 3-tiered tray, I bought those plastic dishes to kind of go with the fabrics. So there it is. Now with what I saved, this large bead storage container was 50% off. So what I saved using my coupons and thrifting my craft items, I was able to purchase this. I've been wanting one for a couple of years. So I encourage you to save and use coupons and thrift. Let's fill it now. So there we are. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe and share, and have a lovely day.